This is 7 News.
Tonight, a severe tropical cyclone forms off the WA coast. A cockroach bomb sparks a house fire in Swanview. The Premier's backflip averts a hospital crisis.
There was a very, very serious threat to patient life.
And the Aussies counting down to the Oscars.
From the studios of 7 Perth, Samantha Jolly.
Good evening. Residents in the northwest of the state have been told to prepare as Cyclone Rusty forms off the coast. The Weather Bureau predicts Rusty will be severe, at least a Category 3 when it hits late Tuesday. Reporter Grant Taylor is in Karratha. Thanks, Grant. A family has been left homeless after a household cockroach bomb exploded. Kate Smithers is in Swanview. Kate, how extensive is the damage?
Sam, good evening. The fire has destroyed much of the home behind me here on Ryan Way, Swanview. The family who live here are now homeless tonight as the home is now unlivable. At this stage, police say the cause is undetermined, but fire authorities believe it started when the woman set off several household cockroach bombs in the house just bought from her local supermarket. Now, she didn't turn off her electricity. The instructions on the can say there needs to be no running power in the house. That then caused explosions in several rooms of the house, sparking the blaze. Luckily, the woman wasn't inside. Apart from being a little shaken up, she's not injured. Sam.
OK, thanks, Kate. WA nurses have struck an agreement with the Barnett government over pay demands. It comes after 3 months of industrial action. Today, nurses confirmed they won't walk off the job tomorrow. Alexis Donkin reports. Opposition leader Mark McGowan says he's too busy campaigning to worry about the latest opinion poll that predicts Labor will lose the state election. Mr McGowan says he won't be taking voters for granted and will work every day of the campaign. Politics editor Jeff Parry reports. Severe flooding continues to swamp the New South Wales north coast, leaving many residents isolated. In Sydney, a freak storm, which residents described as a tornado, has left a multi-million-dollar trail of destruction. The Prime Minister has made a promise to parents to improve childhood literacy with the announcement of a national reading blitz. Julia Gillard calls the plan an investment in Australia's future, but there's no new money being invested. 3 Australian stars are nervously waiting for Hollywood's biggest night, the Oscars. But Hugh Jackman, Naomi Watts and Jackie Weaver could be upstaged by 2 unknown Aussies. Angela Cox is there. Up next on 7 News, Oscar Pistorius to return to the track, plus family tragedy. A toddler dies after being hit by a car driven by her father. And dozens injured after a spectacular Daytona crash. Has died after being hit by a van driven by her father in the driveway of their home. The tragic accident has prompted a call from police for parents to be extra vigilant around young children. The father of Reva Steenkamp says only Oscar Pistorius and God know what happened to his daughter, who was shot dead on Valentine's Day. Barry Steenkamp told a newspaper if the Olympian speaks the truth, he can perhaps someday forgive him. Pistorius has been staying at his uncle's home since getting out on bail while facing charges of murdering his girlfriend. Public opinion in South Africa remains divided.
I mean, he's a national figure, he's well known everywhere.
Extreme disappointment when he got bail.
The Blade Runners coach says he may return to training this week. Nearly 30 people have been injured in a fiery NASCAR crash in Florida. A race car smashed into the fence on the final lap, sending debris flying into the grandstand. 14 spectators were treated at the scene and another 14 were taken to hospital.
Hit the post, ripped the engine off, and the front of the car was gone and the rest of the car was sitting in the stands.
Somehow none of the drivers involved were injured. America's First Lady has shown off her dance moves. Appearing on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, she was promoting her Let's Move program designed to get more kids exercising. Asked to rate the president's dance moves, Michelle Obama gave her husband a B. Sport now with Adrian Barrich, and an Eagles star is good to go, Barra.
Yes, Sam, we'll hear from Josh Kennedy next, plus Docker Nat Fife as Mick Malthouse gets a winning start. Mickey's back on the boundary as Eddie Betts boots one of the goals of the pre-season.
Eddie Betts
bursts through your screen. You can barely see him.
Plus, Nathan Lyon leaves the little master in a spin in the first test.
And he's got the breakthrough for Australia.
What a dog. That's Sunday Sport. Have a great night. Now here's Sammy.
Thanks, Barra. Coming up, I'll have the weather details for the working week. Then it's Sunday night with Chris Barth.
Thanks, Sam. Tonight, what those knockout blows are doing to footy players, the startling evidence. And Darren Hinch with Jackie Weaver. She's living the Hollywood dream and Oscar awaits her. That's after 7 News.
That's 7 News this Sunday. Thanks for your company. Now here's Chris Barth with Sunday Night.
7 News, the pulse of Perth.